Today, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev assumed the post of Kazakhstan's interim president. A swearing-in ceremony was held in Astana at the joint sitting of both houses of Kazakh parliament. The ceremony was attended by the former president Nursultan Nazarbayev.
Қазақстан халқына адал қызмет етуге, Қазақстан Республикасының
I solemnly swear that I will serve the people of Kazakhstan and will strictly observe the constitution and laws of the Republic of Kazakhstan, and that I will ensure the rights and the freedom of the country's citizens, and I will faithfully execute the office of the President of Kazakhstan.
мәртебелі міндетін адал атқаруға салтанатты түрде ант етемін.
Kassym-Jomart Tokayev also addressed the members of the Kazakh parliament and the government. The acting president noted that Nursultan Nazarbayev's efforts helped to build strong and modern Kazakhstan.
Және оның көшін бастады. Біздің қол жеткізген жетістіктеріміз ең алдымен
Our country has a number of achievements. The country is developing dynamically. This is a great merit of the first president of Kazakhstan, Nursultan Nazarbayev. He has done a great job. The state has been established on the world map and has become a true symbol of peace, harmony, and democracy. The independent presidency, the bicameral parliament, the state institutions, the armed forces, as well as diplomatic and customs services and institutions of civil society have been created in the Republic of Kazakhstan. This is a big step forward. The economic and political reforms of the country's first president, Nursultan Nazarbayev, have become a symbol of a wise state policy. Today, acting president of Kazakhstan, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, has awarded Nursultan Nazarbayev the title of Khalik Kahramanı, People's Hero. In addition, he has been awarded the badge of special distinction, Altyn Julduz, for his historical contribution to the establishment of independent Kazakhstan, outstanding work in the country's economic, social, and humanitarian development.
History of independent Kazakhstan is directly associated with Nursultan Nazarbayev. In the past 30 years, he has led the country on the path to becoming a prosperous republic, a leading Central Asian economy, and a full-fledged actor in global affairs.
Следует отметить историческую роль Эльбасы, первого
The
президента.
historical role of the first president of Kazakhstan is unparalleled. Under his leadership, Kazakhstan was established as an independent state and grew to become a modern country. The country's economic success, political achievements, and recognition of its international efforts are direct merits of Nursultan Nazarbayev's work. In the face of global challenges, Kazakhstan has withstood all the hardships. There were two major crises the former president has successfully prevailed. And under his leadership, Kazakhstan has reached the heights which are eminent in Central Asia.
Достиг высот, выдающихся в Центральной Азии.
Главное, что президент говорит о том, что сохраняется преемственность курса, сохраняется преемственность той политики, которая проводилась. Более того, президент сохраняет...
Nursultan Nazarbayev said that the policies that he conducted would be preserved and continued. Moreover, the first president retains the key powers related to Kazakhstan's development regarding both domestic and foreign policies. He will remain the lifelong chairman of the country's Security Council, which is the key body responsible for political coordination in Kazakhstan. Nursultan Nazarbayev has sent a clear message to his fellow countrymen and to the world. The political line will be preserved, and he himself will remain the guarantor of the political continuity and will support the next president and the acting president in implementation of the current initiatives.
Исполнение полномочий в том, чтобы реализовывать все те инициативы, начинания политики, которые были начаты и которые должны быть доведены до своего логического конца.
Kazakhstan attracted the international community's attention. The first Kazakh president's resignation became one of the most discussed topics in the world. International experts admit that Nursultan Nazarbayev is a forward-looking leader who transformed the country, turning Kazakhstan into a modern country with a well-developed economy.
Он действительно очень много сделал, в первую очередь, для Казахстана, я уже говорил, и для развития экономики, и для развития социальной сферы.
Nursultan Nazarbayev has done much for the development of the Kazakh economy and social sector. Kazakhstan put forward very interesting development programs attracting world-class specialists in preparation of these programs. First Kazakh president revealed Kazakhstan to the world. I believe that Nazarbayev will be included in the list of world leaders who left a positive mark in history.
Войдет в перечень тех мировых лидеров, которые, оставили какой-то след в истории, причем позитивный след.
Spanish political expert and author of many books and articles about Kazakhstan and Central Asia, Antonio Alonso Marcos, also shared his opinion on the first Kazakh president. The expert believes that the first Kazakh president is known in Europe as a peacekeeper who supports stability.
So he has been very smart to be united the people, to gather the people, many nationalities, but all of them living under the same flag of Kazakhstan. He has made a transition from Soviet Union to the real modern democracy in Kazakhstan. You have a Senate, you have a parliament to the peacemaking in the world. Under the UN main purposes and the UN values and principles, which is very important.
A political scientist from Russia also supports the opinions of Spanish and Moldovan experts. Director of the Eurasian Communication Center Alexei Pulko highlights that in difficult historical period, Nursultan Nazarbayev not only managed to ensure the sovereignty and security of the country, but also to carry out economic reforms, thanks to which Kazakhstan has become a leader in the region.
Обеспечил суверенитет. Казахстан сумел обеспечить свою безопасность.
He has consolidated sovereignty. Kazakhstan has managed to ensure security in a difficult region. This isn't an overstatement that Kazakhstan is the most prosperous country, becoming the leader and the driver of economic development in the Central Asian region. Furthermore, Kazakhstan has managed to strengthen its international position. This includes Nazarbayev's anti-nuclear initiatives. Kazakhstan has gone through the path to its statehood without particular losses, mostly thanks to Nazarbayev.
Kazakhstan's religious leaders commented on Nursultan Nazarbayev's resignation from the post of the president of Kazakhstan. The Russian Orthodox Church followers believe that the first president played a key role in the development of interreligious dialogue in Kazakhstan. Dean of the Orthodox Church district in Astana, Archimandrit Sergei, stated that Nursultan Nazarbayev's efforts allowed Kazakhstan to become a stronghold of peace and harmony in the ethnically diverse society. The first president founded the Congress of World Religions, aimed at promotion of peace, interfaith and interethnic understanding.
Нурсултан Абишевич уникальный президент. Человек, который соединяет в себе мир и согласие между народами и религиями.
Nursultan Nazarbayev has been an iconic president. He has been the country leader who has promoted peace and harmony between nations and religions. It is no coincidence that Kazakhstan has become a gathering center of leaders of the world and traditional religions. Kazakhstan's model of building relations between people of different faiths is an example for the entire world. The way our country is developing leads other people by example. We see that tension, homicide and attacks are happening in temples and mosques of the world. Our country is far from these events thanks to our president. As the leader of the nation, we expect and pray that Nursultan Nazarbayev will continue promoting his policies for many coming years to ensure peace in our country.
Которую он построил и которая дает такой уникальный мир внутри нашей страны.
Kazakh politicians are said to focus on educating a new generation of innovative professionals in Kazakhstan. Kazakh politicians, scientists and public figures believe that the future belongs to the youth who receive high-quality education.
Из 10 программных задач до 2030 года я выделяю, что
Education is highly important among the 10 goals of the program, which will be implemented until 2030. Plato used to say that knowledge is everything. Both party and the government have been tasked to improve the system of continuous education. Technological development is another priority because we live in the era of digital transformation, cryptocurrencies and blockchain.
Это уже мы живем в эпоху цифровизации, криптовалюты, блокчейна.
Experts believe that the modern youth achieved significant success in information technologies. However, the young people should aspire to gain more knowledge, and the government should help educate a new generation of young professionals.
Мы должны воспитывать у молодого поколения через...
We should educate the younger generation through the comprehensive continuous education system and the IT education in particular. The Nurotan Party has the motto, keep moving forward. We need to promote a certain paradigm with the youth rather than catching up mentality among the young people. That is the essence of the education system.
Работает, так сказать, в этой области, в системе образования.
Kazakhstan is adopting Estonia's experience in digital transformation. Astana hosted an international forum with participation of Estonian and Kazakh companies. They discussed prospects of cooperation in digital technologies applied in various industries of economy. Estonians presented their experience in areas such as transport, e-governance, cybersecurity, and smart cities.
Estonia'nın мамандары бүгін сандық технология жағынан
Estonian experts presented a very interesting and useful project, which is one of the most promising in terms of digital technology. This is a smart port project. I believe that topics of sea transport are among the most important for Kazakhstan since we have several ports on the Caspian Sea. Therefore, I think that this experience can be very useful for our country. Today, Estonia is one of the e-governance leaders in the European Union. Estonian citizens can apply for their child's school registration or vote in elections online. For nearly 20 years, 1% of the country's budget has been allocated to the development of electronic public services.
Самый главный проект, которым мы сейчас занимаемся, это
The most important project we are working on is Ask Only Once. For example, if I let the government know that my son was born, then I should not fill out other papers and inform other places and departments, because I have already notified and the government should share this information with other departments. This significantly facilitates administrative processes at different levels.
Это коренным образом облегчает администрацию на разных уровнях.
Kazakhstan and Estonia are planning to strengthen cooperation in the education sector as well. Kazakh professionals will begin to study e-governance and cybersecurity in Estonian universities. Kazakh industrial enterprises are undergoing digital transformation. Astana hosted an event to discuss the way IT technologies and automation affect the production operations. Industry experts believe that application of the latest innovative developments in industrial scale may bring significant improvements, ensure production security, forecast the equipment wear, and build capacity and productivity, which brings about increased income for the enterprises. Many professions will undergo transformation in the near future, as people of various professions will be replaced by robots and artificial intelligence products. Therefore, it is very important for the extractive industry enterprises to start moving in this direction by introducing the latest technologies in their production facilities. Kazakh industrial enterprises are currently actively working on digital modernization at all their facilities. For instance, a local metallurgical enterprise implemented a number of technological solutions in their production operations. The latest developments include tracking the location of the staff in mines and the facial recognition system to control access to the facilities.
Одним из лозунгов нашей компании есть
Safety first is one of the mottos of our company as we prioritize safety measures. When we learned about the new technological solutions, we were interested and contacted the manufacturer. We are currently negotiating with them to perform pilot projects at our company. The total number of staff at our company is more than 20,000 people, and we have more than 4,000 automated workstations. Digital transformation at production facilities is a global trend, which is particularly important for Kazakhstan as the country wants to join the top 30 developed countries.
Trade between Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan shows record figures. In 2018, the trade turnover between the two countries increased by 26% and amounted to nearly $2.5 billion. Experts say that the significant growth is due to development of border areas. The countries are planning to create an international center for trade and economic cooperation at the border in order to contribute to the trade. Currently, the governments of the two states are actively discussing this topic.
Заместители
Министерства инвестиций Узбекистана и национальной экономики Казахстана посетили.
Deputy ministers of Uzbekistan's Investment Ministry and Kazakhstan's Ministry of National Economy have visited the border areas. The border crossing issues are related to the convenience of the transport infrastructure and customs border crossings. A joint large trade and logistics center will be created, which is supposed to solve all these problems. We invited Uzbek businessmen to take part in our agricultural projects, since Kazakhstan is a large platform for them to join the Eurasian Economic Union market.
Казахстан — это большая площадка для выхода на рынок ЕАЭС.
Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan are set to increase exports in 2019. For example, homemade baursaks, fish, flour products, and building materials made in Kazakhstan will hit the Uzbek market soon.
Торговля растет такими темпами, которых не было.
The trade turnover is growing at a fast pace, which we didn't have 2 or 3 years ago. It is gratifying to see this improvement. I am confident that in the near future, by joining our efforts, we will be able to increase the trade turnover to $5 billion. This goal was set by the presidents of our nations. For this purpose, we are suggesting to unite our efforts aimed at forming new significant investment projects and developing trade relations, which can bring the bilateral economic relations to a new qualitative level.
Экономические отношения на совершенно иной, качественно новый уровень.
Kyrgyz preschool instructor proposed a unique foreign languages learning technique called the partial immersion. Instead of textbooks, drillings and grammar, the students sing songs and play games at the classes. The instructors teach the children to communicate in both Kyrgyz and Russian languages in a gameplay way. The technique is based on learning the language and also other children's educational techniques.
Ребенок сильно не нагружен.
The new technique is not overwhelming for the children. We practice partial immersion. We expose them partially to the Kyrgyz and Russian languages. We achieved a high result because we don't teach the rules. We let them learn the new words in a playful and informal way. Heads of 19 kindergartens from Almaty, Shymkent and Turkestan regions visited Kyrgyzstan recently. They were acquainted with the preschool curriculum. They shared the best practices of their kindergartens. The multilingual education program introduced in Kazakhstan is unique and implies the simultaneous instruction in 3 languages. The classes in the morning are held in Kyrgyz, and in the afternoon the children play games in Russian. In one day, the children learn a certain topic in 2 languages. They first learn the theoretical part during the classes and later practice the new words in the game manner. When children speak the language and put the new words into practice, they learn better. That is why we prefer this method. The multi-language preschool educational program in Kyrgyzstan was introduced in 2015. Initially, it was a pilot project, but following the first positive results, the developers decided to introduce the educational program in other educational facilities as well. German archaeologists recreated the oldest pants, which date back to more than 3,000 years ago. German archaeologist Maike Wagner identified the age of the trousers during her research work. The Eurasian nomad's clothing item was discovered during archaeological excavations in 2014. Professor of the German Archaeological Institute emphasized that the pants were well preserved due to the dry climate. The finding differs from the previous discoveries due to the age and the complex making technique. Maike Wagner wrote a book on the world archaeology.
Die erste Entdeckung, die wir gemeinsam gemacht haben, war das Alter der Hose. Also wir haben Wollfäden,
In our book, we tried to explain who, where and why pants are invented. The findings should gain more recognition among both archaeologists and the world. I remember calling this an important discovery when, after performing an analysis of a piece of wool, we identified that these pants were made more than 3,000 years ago. We discovered them in a tomb on a man's body. We assumed that he was a horse-riding warrior. Scientists claim that the Central Asian nomads invented the pants for horseback riding. To recreate the ancient trousers, designer Moa Hallgren studied ancient techniques and ornaments for months and spent weeks matching yarns. The process took a year of meticulous work. A copy of the valuable item was tested during a horseback riding.
Diese Kniezone hier gemacht wurde, da musste ich einige Tests erstmal machen, die richtige.
There is an elaborate ornament in the knee area. I didn't know what technique I should use to recreate it. It was not easy to repeat the design. The pants were made of 3 parts. I used a manual loom to create the pants. I also ordered special crude yarns made of sheep wool. As for the practical part of our research, we found out that the trousers are perfect for horseback riding. German archaeologists emphasized that Kazakhstan was a key section of the Silk Road and they would like to visit the country. The scientists believe that Kazakhstan still has many undiscovered mysteries. Kazakh National Bureau of Translations presented the concepts of 2 anthologies by 60 modern Kazakh authors at the 48th International London Book Fair. The Kazakh Translations Bureau will soon publish the collections in English as part of the Modern Kazakh Culture in the Global World program.
This should really be the start. And I do think as well that the demand for it will grow. As once English-speaking audiences become aware of the richness of Kazakh poetry and prose, and really they start to look through that window and have a deeper understanding of Kazakh culture, then I think that interest will grow.
One of the major events in the book industry, the London Book Fair, has been held in London since 1971. The event participants and visitors have the opportunity to learn about the latest books and the new trends in the book industry and to exchange views with the spokespeople of large international publishing houses.
I am a linguist, but fortunately Kazakh is not on my radar. And I did try to find out a little bit more about the Kazakh language. And you know, I've got a wide range of interests in language, and I know that languages like Turkish and Hungarian, they have this vowel harmony. I know the words are made up by you add bits on, and they all have to. And I thought this is wonderful. I mean, this is ready-made music in the language.
Идет такая процедура, как cultural induction, когда
There is a procedure called cultural induction, where translators and editors visit the country to meet with the authors and immerse themselves into the content of the books. We held 1 round of such meetings in Kazakhstan. Now we are here in London for another meeting to see our progress with the translations.
Проверяем еще раз часы, на какой стадии у нас находится подготовка самих текстов.
The Kazakh National Bureau of Translations presented books as part of the new humanitarian education 100 new textbooks in Kazakh project. Many Kazakh publishers participated in the event and exhibited their products in London. Some of the British library professionals have expressed interest in adding the Kazakh literature books to their collections. More than 100 unique works conveying emotional perception and expressiveness which are devoted to spring holiday have been presented at the National Museum of Kazakhstan. An exhibition titled Nauriz The Revival showcases works of 3 talented Kazakh artists, Batima Zaurbekova, Yelena Tyo and Guljamal Tagenova.
3 художницы, все мы женщины, и
We are 3 artists and we're all women. We are quite well-known artists. I'm very glad that Batima Zaurbekova and I have wonderful tapestries. It seems that our works are very close. The majority of Lina Tyo's works are devoted to still life and flowers. We dedicate our bright works to Nauriz to convey the state of the spring. Therefore, I am very pleased that we are in such an elegant national museum. The museum is wonderful indeed. Of course, this is my first exhibition presented here in the National Museum.
Действительно, музей замечательный. Это первая, конечно, у меня выставка здесь, именно в Национальном музее.
Each of the author's works is unique. Diverse genre of painting and tapestry techniques surprise visitors with their bright and courageous artistic methods. For example, Guljamal Tagenova's works show that objects and characters of the environment originate from elements. The images depicting women convey a symphony of straight lines, bold colors, and dynamic brush strokes. The philosophical understanding of existence, subtle artistry, and depth of feelings are characteristic to works of famous tapestry master Batima Zaurbekova. The work of Yelena Tyo reflects a flight of fantasy and the mood of the artist.
большей части художник — это зеркало, которое отражает.
Most artists are like a mirror that reflects the reality of what beauty is seen and defined. For example, we have a beautiful city in Almaty. People traveled more than 1,000 kilometers just to see its beautiful nature. We love nature and we are always admired by the nature, and we express our feelings on our canvases as paintings. There are many artworks from 2017 and also from as early as 2009 and the beginning of 2007. The spring exhibition is open until April 7 for residents and guests in Astana to view the artists' works. One of the first missions of Kazakhstan's peacekeepers took place in Iraq. The trip made by the Kazakh troops to Wasit province was captured in photographs. The photos are showcased at an international photo exhibition under the common sky of Iraq in Astana. The photos show the daily works of the troops from various countries, particularly Kazakh and Polish peacekeepers who assisted the Iraqi residents. During the mission, the military troops defused over 4 million explosives, cleaned more than 6,000 cubic meters of water, and supported women and children affected by terrorist attacks.
Сложности были особенно в 2003 году, потому что мы не знали.
It was extremely difficult in 2003 because we did not know what tasks to perform, but we had to make a decision. The places in Iraq where hostilities took place have damaged infrastructures, but the lands are still suitable for agriculture. The exhibition showcased pictures taken by Captain Kairat Kudabayev, a Kazakh peacekeeper who heroically died during the mission in Iraq. The officer was posthumously awarded the Aybin Order of the First Degree.
After
the death of Kairat, his colleagues handed me the photos in diskettes and his personal diary. I looked at these photos on the diskettes and thought someday there will be an exhibition based on these photos. I collected 300 photos of all the 10 squads that we had. The exhibition organizers said that the main purpose of the event is not only to honor the memory of the soldiers who died in the name of peace, but also to remind the public of the importance and the risky work of the peacekeepers.
Khabar Agency presented a documentary titled Kazakh Boxing Style on the lives of young Kazakh athletes in the USA and their challenges on the way to the top. The film, directed by Kanat Bisikev, was previewed in Astana. The film's protagonist, Jibek is the 2013 World Boxing Champion and competitor of the Rio Olympics. The young athlete started his professional career in Los Angeles. The film producers also revealed the stories of other boxers, including Serik Konakbayev, Yermakhan Ibrahimov, Begzat Satarkhanov, Bakhtiar Artaev, and Gennady Golovkin. These boxers unveiled the Kazakh boxing style to the world.
Этот фильм просто, наверное, вдохновляет, потому что эти ребята все простые спортсмены, которые в прошлом.
The film is inspiring because the heroes of the film are professional athletes and former Olympics competitors. In the film, we give credit to Gennady Golovkin because all the boxers followed Gennady's footsteps. I hope that one of the guys that I featured in the film will have the equal success. If we film them only when they become champions, then we will waste a good chance.
Чемпионами, то это уже, знаете, мы упустим момент.
The young athletes moved to the US to achieve greater victories. The boxers helped upgrade the Kazakh boxing style due to their hard work, demanding trainings, and self-belief.
Біз жалпы Данияр Елисиновтың Фируза Шарипованы осы деректі фильмде көрсетілген жаңадан аты шығып жатқан.
In this film, we wanted to reveal the stories of young talents such as Danyar Ilyusinov, Firuza Sharipova, and Janibek Alimkhanoglu. Our channel does its best to provide support to them as we broadcast all of their fights. We are the only Kazakh broadcaster to air their international games. We have discussed the film idea with the director for a long time. To shoot the film, Kanat flew to the US to talk to the athletes and learn about their boxing styles.
Олардың өмірлерін, олардың қазақ бокс стиліне деген көзқарасын өзі танып, біліп, соны осы телеарнаға арнайы директі фильм ретінде көрсетті.
The documentary includes excerpts from 5 fights of the Kazakh boxers, including Danyar Ilyusinov and Nursultan Janabayev's boxing fights.